George Cantor was an early 19th century mathematician whose groundbreaking work in set theory was a pivotal point in the development of modern mathematics. The questions that he asked took him to some strange places that even he had a hard time accepting. Asking questions in an online class is an essential part of the learning process. In a ground-based class, you can be pretty sure that at some point during the course of a lecture, any questions that you have will be discussed. That kind of passive, wait for the answer to come along approach doesn't work in the online world. In our classes, students have to take a more active role in getting their questions answered. An important part of getting the answers you need when you need them is knowing how to ask a good question. When you're posting something to the discussion board or in an email, there are several things that you can do to make sure that you get the information that you need. The more information you give, the better my response will be. I can't explain all of Chapter 3 in a discussion board post. If a chapter or section is giving you trouble, then start at the beginning and read until you get to the first thing you don't understand and ask about that. If there's a specific problem or formula that's giving you trouble, then post the text of the problem or the formula. That saves me time going to look it up and makes it more likely that you'll get help from your fellow students who probably won't take the time to go and look something up. It also makes sure that we're all talking about the same problem if it came from a system that randomly generates sets of problems for each student from a large bank of questions. If you're stuck on a specific problem, post what you did to try to solve it, even if you're sure that your answer is wrong. Helping you to see your error shows you not only what you didn't understand, but how much of the problem that you did. It's not unusual for a student to have completely understood the concepts and procedures behind a question, but have the wrong final result just because he copied an equation incorrectly or made an arithmetic error. You're going to learn a lot more if I can point out where you went off track than if I just show you the right answer, and you might discover that you understood the problem a lot better than you thought you did. Mathematics is a precise subject with its own specific language, so try to use the right terms and concepts in your questions. I understand that everyone is still learning these concepts, so it's okay if you don't get everything exactly right, but making an effort will minimize how often my reply starts with, "Did you mean?" That will get you a faster answer because we don't have to spend time clarifying your question before I can give you the information that you need. It's not unusual for me to get comments from students that start with, "There's an error in the textbook," or "My answer was right but the system graded it wrong." Textbooks get reviewed pretty thoroughly, and large-scale websites like MyMathLab and ALEKS are used by thousands of users every day. I'm not saying that there are never errors in those systems, but it's pretty unusual. It's best to start off by assuming that the error was on your end. If there really is an issue with a textbook or a website, I'll let you know in my reply. Timing is also important. If you have a question about a graded assignment like a quiz, don't post it on the discussion board until after the assignment's due date. Even if the questions for that assignment come from a question bank, there's still a chance that someone else might get the same question that you did, and I don't want to give away the answer. Questions about assignments that can be done multiple times or that aren't graded, those can be posted anytime. If you have a question about an assignment like the quizzes and you just can't wait until after the due date, then send me your question privately and we can go over it that way.